So are the U.S. troops training the Iraqis, or are they just sitting ducks? Congressman Peter King joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Greta.
I don't know if you could listen to Colonel Oliver North, but he says our Marines are tough and they're ready and they could handle the base. But then Catherine points out that all we need to do is have one suicide bomber go in there and have even the least bit success, and all of a sudden it changes things. What's your thought on this tonight?
Yeah, Greta, I share many of your concerns. Now, this isn't Dien Bien Phu or Quezon. The fact is, those 300 Marines are the toughest guys around, and they are well armed. But the fact that the ISIS attacks today didn't work doesn't mean that it couldn't work in the future. It doesn't mean that something bad couldn't have been done. The fact is, when you have the enemy only 9 miles away, and that's almost like a pool table. I've spoken to troops who have been at that airbase, and 9 miles is no distance at all. And so anytime the enemy is 9 miles away from you, that's a lot closer than it was a few days ago. And al-Baghdadi is not a major city, but it's a key city, and that it's so close to the airbase. So this, to me, shows the incremental growth by ISIS. And we mentioned Libya, we mentioned other parts of the region. But listen, those Marines can handle themselves. But I think that more should be done to take out ISIS, to go after them, whether it's air attacks or whatever. And I spoke again to someone today who had been over there, and maybe even sucker them into a ground fight. But I don't think, again, we're willing to do that. But let's not play this game forever, where we're hoping they're going to keep running ill-prepared attacks, and they're not going to get through. They only have to get through once. They only have to be successful once. And again, 9 miles is a pretty short distance.
Well, and I mean, the other thing too is that it's that creeping. I mean, they're getting closer to us. We're not. The Iraqi forces are not pushing closer to them. The direction isn't the other way around. And it may not be. Maybe nothing happened today. But if one of our military gets grabbed by ISIS, we've seen what happens to the Jordanian military. I mean, it's just sort of the idea that this is profoundly dangerous. And I hope that we have adequate support for our people, and that we're giving them everything they need.
Yeah, and I would hope that we go more on offense. I don't like the idea of just waiting there for them to come. Again, the Marines couldn't be tougher. Nobody has more guts than they do. Nobody's better trained than they are. But still, if you're just back on defense, things can go bad. We should be going out after them, routing them out of al-Baghdadi, going after them, putting them on defense. And whether it involves air attacks, whether it involves special forces or whatever, we shouldn't just be sitting there. Again, that's all they have to do is be lucky once, and it would be an absolute catastrophe if anyone was captured or killed on that base. And again, with that type of proximity, I wouldn't be so cavalier about it.
Congressman, thank you, sir.